Now that Weak Hero Class 1 is trending for how amazing its execution is, it's time to take a look at its cast. We're starting off with something you might not know about the star of the show, Park Jihoon. Jihoon is someone who's active in different parts of the entertainment industry, but of course, he's mainly known for being a former member of 101. Being so widely known has both its perks and its cons, and it's safe to say that Jihoon knows all about it. Not too long ago, he found himself in the midst of a huge cheating scandal. On the 8th of August of 2021, a mysterious Twitter account posted a few photos of messages from someone who claimed to be an ex-girlfriend of Jihoon's. In the tweet, the user claims that Jihoon's former girlfriend reached out to them after she allegedly saw a concerning retweet about Jihoon's. The retweet in question showed that he had allegedly spent lots of money on a female broadcast jockey who shows off her body. The Twitter source claimed that Jihoon spent the money under the name of Jonghyunho 1 and that he did all of this while he was dating his ex-girlfriend. The photos attached to the tweet were the alleged proof of his infidelity, which all started when he allegedly sent the female broadcasting jockey star balloons during one of her streams. These star balloons are actually a type of currency used on the streaming service Africa TV and can be withdrawn as cash. In other words, Jihoon was allegedly sending the streamer money while he was in a relationship. The screenshots also claimed that he bought her an iPhone in Hawaii and even went as far as buying them matching phone cases. In one of the pictures in the tweet, this alleged girlfriend even claims to have been at his house and that the picture is proof of that. These accusations came out of nowhere, and Jihoon's agency was forced to release a statement. They explained that they were aware of the situation going on and that it was serious because it defamed their artists. They wrote, "We have been continuously monitoring the malicious post since prior, and we are preparing to deal with it legally." But it was actually his fans who were quicker to investigate the situation. And when I say investigate, that's not an understatement at all, because this netizen went all out in their research and practically debunked every allegation made against him. They gathered all the evidence that proved Jihoon was innocent in this situation and sent it as mail to his agency. For starters, the netizen found out that some of the allegedly unreleased pictures that were used in the tweet as proof that Jihoon was cheating were already posted on online communities prior to the tweet even being made. Besides, in one of the tweets, the person claims that Jihoon used his alias when he's not performing. They also said that Jihoon allegedly ordered a cab for his girlfriend under this alias, but in Korea, it's impossible since you have to verify your identity. So Jihoon taking the alias of Jung Hyun-ho would have been nearly impossible in that situation. The fan proved that the contents of the tweet were already going around Twitter a year before the scandal blew up and that they were reported. A fan also made sure to contact the broadcast jockey he allegedly had an affair with, and she cleared up a few things. She clarified that Jung Hyun-ho was actually a real person, but it wasn't Jihoon. It was actually an acquaintance of hers. She even proved this by showing an identification card. She also firmly stated that she has never been in an affair with Jihoon. In the end, it turned out that every allegation that was made against him was actually fabricated and that Jihoon was an innocent man wrapped up in a scandal out of his control. Jihoon's co-star Hyunuk was recently also involved in something slightly controversial. However, it seems like he was having the time of his life, so do we blame him? For those who haven't been keeping up with Hyunuk, he was recently spotted at a club in Chisadong in Seoul. The club he visited is called Jack Livin and is very well known among hip-hop lovers. The person who spotted him there was more than excited to tell the world about it since it was the first time they spotted a celebrity. They said that they became a fan of his after his role in 2521 and that they made sure to see more of him in the club. They also revealed that Hyunuk seemed to be close to the people that sell the tables and that he was even taking pictures with them. Reportedly, Hyunuk was also spotted smoking and eventually left the club with a woman. While to some it seemed like Hyunuk had a fun night out, others were livid to hear that he was spotted in such a situation. In Korea, it's still kind of taboo to be spotted at a club as an influential person who's expected to be a role model, so the mixed reactions were kind of expected. It seems like this wasn't the last time Hyunuk was spotted while going out. A few videos have been going around on TikTok of Hyunuk at what seems to be a party. Of course, fans took their opportunity to take a picture with him, and Hyunuk didn't turn them down. When it comes to Sungho, who plays the role of the local substance dealer, there's a lot to talk about. Fear not though, it's not all that negative. First things first, did you know that Sungho was actually an athlete for 11 years? That's over a decade of doing sports only to become a star in acting. The truth is that Sungho was an avid soccer player, but throughout the years, he began to struggle more and more with his love for the sport. It eventually came to a point that being on the field no longer brought him any joy, and in his last 2 years of playing, he realized that it wasn't a path that he wanted to follow anymore. anymore. Although his soccer days were over, in his film with Irene from Red Velvet titled Double Patty, he desperately wanted to play an athlete. Eventually, his wish was fulfilled, but he also got dating rumors on the side. The movie, which was released in 2021, is a warm coming-of-age drama, and it was both Sungho's and Irene's first big screen performance. Although they were complete strangers, the two warmed up to each other throughout the filming process. This really showed in the film as they had amazing chemistry. In fact, the chemistry between them was so good, people started to suspect that they were seeing each other in real life as well. Sungho even spoke up about their great chemistry and said, "I think that our scenes had a higher level of completion because we worked together and shared conversations instead of preparing on our own. The dating rumors that sparked between the two of them were never addressed by either side." It's safe to say that they became amazing friends over time and just had a great workflow as colleagues. Something else you should know about Sungho is that some people might consider him a bad friend for never picking up his phone. While his actual friends lightheartedly joke about it, other people could seriously get offended. Sungho made some great friends on the set of Alchemy of Souls, including Lee Jae-wook and Hwang Min-hyun. They revealed a bit about his slightly terrible telephoning habits. Min-hyun explained that making plans with Sungho can be quite difficult. I mean, he is a busy man after all. Min-hyun said that when you try to hang out with Sungho, he'll tell you that he'll give you a call later, but then he never calls. Jae-wook shared that sentiment and revealed that Sungho is usually the first to leave the set and that he's the type to tell people that he'll talk to them later, but then he never does. Perhaps he's just a forgetful guy, who knows? Speaking of friendships, it's clear that Jihoon misses his own. Although he looks like a bright, happy-go-lucky person on screen, the truth is that there's more to him than we think. In an interview with W Korea, he opened up about his personal struggles. He reflected on how far he's come and looked back on the times when he was a contestant on Produce 101. Jihoon then started talking about his character in At a Distance, Spring is Green and said, "There's always a lot of people around him and he looks popular, but he doesn't have any true friends." He explained that this character deals with trauma and often isolates himself from the rest of the world. Jihoon then compared himself to this character and revealed that he's actually quite similar to him in some aspects. He said, "Although I'm always smiling in front of my fans, I can't always be smiling. When I'm alone, I do feel a kind of emptiness." Things started to get especially difficult for Jihoon after 101 disbanded, which isn't strange at all given that he practically grew up with those guys. Jihoon started talking about 101's disbandment and his own solo activities, and the interviewer immediately noticed a shift in his expression. He explained how working solo feels for him and said, "At first, there were difficult aspects, trying to do it alone after laughing and chatting with so many members." Jihoon continued by saying that his members were like family to him and that it was extremely hard for him to acknowledge that they were no longer going to be there with him. He revealed that he constantly thinks about them and it's clear that he misses them dearly. That was all there is to the Week Hero Class 1 cast. Don't forget to take a look at www.misskdrama.com. Thank you for watching. Bye!